What are the 5 factors that will affect your property value, especially in the eyes of the buyer? Well, that's what we're talking about. Come on. Hi, my name's Peggy Durstoff, and I'm a realtor with HomeSmart here in the Denver metro area. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're discussing the 5 factors that will affect your home value, especially in the eyes of the buyer. Now, there's actually quite a few more, but we're just going to focus on these 5, and I bet you know some of them. So let's get started. Number 1 is your kitchen. Well, we all know the kitchen is the best place to be in a home. How many times have you had a party? Where does everybody end up? Pretty much your kitchen. Yeah, and that's the one room in the house that the buyers usually go through first. The kitchen is where your most expensive appliances are. So there's a few things you can do in your kitchen to sort of update it or refresh it without having to knock out walls and rehab the whole place. So if you have older appliances that aren't working or aren't working well, you probably want to replace those with newer appliances. And usually a nice matching set goes over well. If your cabinets are older, it doesn't mean that you immediately need to rip them out. You could do things like refacing, you could paint them, or a simple fix sometimes is clean them very well and then go ahead and put on new hardware. Maybe the new hardware will match your newer appliances. You can also look at lighting and countertops as well. And countertops run the spectrum from your basic laminate countertop from, say, a Home Depot to a very high-end countertop of, say, granite or marble. Your realtor will be able to consult with you on what the neighborhood is doing, and that may help give you some guidelines. The second one is landscaping. Now, landscaping is sort of your house's first impression, kind of like dating, right? You get dressed up, you wear your favorite clothes, you look real nice. It's the same thing for your house. You want to make sure your front yard and your landscaping look really good, that there's no broken lights or trip factors as somebody comes up the path, that the edges are trimmed, the bushes are trimmed, the steps are swept. Maybe there's even a nice welcoming mat there. And if you want to upgrade even further, take a look at your home. Is there peeling paint? That may affect your ability to accept certain loans on the property. So you might want to look into having the house painted, or if nothing else, having the trim painted. Sometimes just a trim paint updates the whole look. Painting your front door is another way to make it look very nice and welcoming. What you want to do is make the home welcoming enough that the buyer wants to come in and see all the fabulous stuff that you've done with your home. Number 3 is an old garage door. Now, we've all seen them. We've driven down the street and the doors that don't quite sit even, or there's the rubber stopper at the bottom is sort of falling off, or the door has peeling paint, or something. So if your door is very old and not functioning well, it's worth it to go ahead and invest in a new garage door. If your garage door is working very well, then what you might want to look into is making sure that you have it serviced, that the safety thing at the bottom works so that should a small child or pet be down there, the door will automatically reverse. And you also might want to look into an automatic door opener, something that a lot of buyers like in a home. Number 4 is old lights and switches. Now, this sort of goes a little bit towards safety. I just sold an older home recently where there were no what's called GCFIs. These are outlets that the electrician put in to make sure that if you were to drop, say, your blow dryer into the sink, everything would cut off. All the electric would cut off so that nobody could get electrocuted. And buyers kind of look for some of this stuff, and realistically, it's not that expensive to have this done. You can also change out old plates that are faded or don't work well with newer switches, new switch plates, and even going as far as some soft touch light switches. You could even add USB ports, something that buyers are looking at these days. And now, along the lines of safety, the last one that I've always run into is make sure before your home goes on the market, and I know your agent will probably remind you of this, that if you have a gas furnace or a gas water heater, that you have carbon monoxide detectors in the home. And along with that, you want to make sure all your smoke alarms are installed and working. So those were the 5 things that you can do to your home that help increase its value, especially in the eyes of the buyer. However, there's a lot more things you can do. In fact, if you'd like, I have a free PDF down below that you can download that gives you a room-by-room review of all the things you can do in your house, a lot of them extremely economically, to make your home appear and increase in value for the buyer. Now, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and check out this one over here, where I talk about why this summer in 2021 is not your normal summer selling season. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.